force that no one can stop. Unstoppable, unstoppable energy. Let's go. And stop. Unstoppable energy, internal force that no one can stop. It's strong. I live internal force all alone. Unstoppable energy, no one can stop here. Unstoppable energy, crystal clear. Unstoppable energy, internal force that no one can stop. It's now. I live, no one can stop. Unstoppable energy, I take a vow. Unstoppable energy, internal force rise. Unstoppable energy, claiming the prize. Unstoppable energy, internal force that no one can stop. It's real. I live internal force, no one stops. That's the deal. Unstoppable energy, no one can stop shine. Unstoppable energy, by design. Unstoppable energy, internal force that no one can stop. It's pure. I live, no one can stop. Unstoppable energy, I'm sure. Unstoppable energy, internal force here. Unstoppable energy, crystal clear. Unstoppable energy, internal force that no one can stop. I'm blessed. I live internal force, no one stops. I'm blessed. Unstoppable energy, no one can stop. Complete. Unstoppable energy, can't be beat. Hey. Energy, unstoppable rise. Four, claiming the prize. Internal strong. Energy, where I belong. Unstoppable energy. Internal force, no one can stop. Unstoppable energy. No one can stop. Unstoppable energy. Can't be stopped. Unstoppable energy. Unstoppable energy, unstoppable rise. Force, claiming the prize. Internal strong. Energy, where I belong. Unstoppable energy, internal force. No one can stop. No one can stop. Unstoppable energy. Force, no one stops. Unstoppable. Be stopped. Be stopped. Unstoppable energy, internal force, no one can stop. Dominate. Unstoppable energy, can't stop. Dominant. Unstoppable energy can't stop. Unstoppable energy can't stop. Dominant. Unstoppable energy, internal force that no one can stop. It's true. I live, no one can stop breaking through. Unstoppable energy, internal force here bright. Unstoppable energy, burning bright. Unstoppable energy, internal force that no one can stop. It said I live, no one can stop. Unstoppable energy, no regret. Unstoppable energy, internal force rise gold. Unstoppable energy, team bold. Unstoppable energy, internal force that no one can stop. It's deep. I live internal force, no one stops. Promises I keep. Unstoppable energy, no one can stop. Sign. Unstoppable energy, reaching high. Unstoppable energy, internal force that no one can stop. It's fire. I live, no one can stop. Unstoppable energy, reaching higher. Unstoppable energy, internal force free. Unstoppable energy, setting me free. Unstoppable energy, internal force that no one can stop. I'm locked. I live internal force, no one stops, never block. Unstoppable energy, no one can stop. Complete way. Unstoppable energy, every day. Energy, unstoppable fly. Force, reaching high. Internal, free. Energy, setting me free. Unstoppable energy. Transform pain, fear, and pressure into fuel. Explosion of overcoming. Let's go. Explosion of overcoming. Transform pain, fear, and pressure into fuel. It's strong. I live, transform pain, fear, pressure all along. Explosion of overcoming. Pain, fear, pressure, fuel here. Explosion of overcoming. Crystal clear. Explosion of overcoming. Transform pain, fear, and pressure into fuel is now. I live pain, fear, pressure, fuel. Explosion, I take a vow. Explosion of overcoming. Transform into fuel rise. Explosion of overcoming. Claiming the prize. Explosion of overcoming. Transform pain, fear, and pressure into fuel is real. I live, transform pain, fear, pressure into fuel. That's the deal. Explosion of overcoming. Pain, fear, pressure, fuel, shine. Explosion of overcoming by design. Explosion of overcoming. Transform pain, fear, and pressure into fuel is pure. I live pain, fear, pressure, fuel, explosion. I'm sure. Explosion of overcoming. Transform into fuel here. Explosion of overcoming. Crystal clear. Explosion Explosion of overcoming. Transform pain, fear and pressure into fuel. I'm blessed, I live, transform pain, fear, pressure into fuel. I'm blessed. Explosion of overcoming. Pain, fear, pressure, fuel, complete. Explosion of overcoming can't be paid. Explosion, explosion, overcoming rise. Fuel, claiming the prize. Transform, transform, strong. Explosion, explosion, where I belong. Into fuel. Explosion of overcoming. Pain to the fuel. Pain into fuel. Explosion of overcoming. Transform fuel. Pain, fear, pressure, dominate. Explosion of overcoming. Explosion of overcoming. Overcoming. Explosion. Explosion of overcoming. Explosion of overcoming. Explosion of overcoming. Explosion. Explosion of overcoming. Explosion of overcoming. Transform pain, fear, and pressure into fuel. Is true. I live pain, fear, pressure, fuel, breaking through. Explosion of overcoming. Transform into fuel here bright. Explosion of overcoming. Burning bright. Explosion of overcoming. Transform pain, fear, and pressure into fuel. Is set. I live pain, fear, pressure, fuel. Explosion. No regret. Explosion of overcoming. Transform into fuel. Rise, go. Explosion of overcoming. Be bold. Explosion of overcoming. Transform pain, fear, and pressure into fuel. Promises I keep. Explosion of overcoming. Pain, fear, pressure, fuel, fly. Explosion of overcoming. Reaching high. Explosion of overcoming. Transform pain, fear, pressure into fuel. Is fire. I live pain, fear, pressure, fuel. Explosion. Reaching higher. Explosion of limits all along. Burn the impossible, weak beliefs here. Burn the impossible, crystal clear. Burn the impossible, destroy old limits and weak beliefs. Is now I live weak beliefs. Burn the impossible. I take a vow. Burn the impossible, old limits rise. Burn the impossible, claiming the pride. Burn the impossible, destroy old limits and weak beliefs. Is real. I live destroy old limits, weak beliefs. That's just the deal. Burn the impossible, weak beliefs shine. Burn the impossible, by design. Burn the impossible, destroy old limits and weak beliefs is pure. I live weak beliefs. Burn the impossible. I'm sure. Burn the impossible, old limits here. Burn the impossible, crystal clear. Burn the impossible, destroy old limits and weak beliefs. I'm blessed. I live destroy old limits, weak beliefs. I'm blessed. Burn the impossible, weak beliefs complete. Burn the impossible, can't beat. Impossible ride. Limits, claiming the pride. Destroy. Burn where I belong. Burn the impossible. Destroy all limits. Weak beliefs. Burn the impossible. Limit destroy. Burn it. Belief shatter. Burn the impossible. Destroy all limits. Weak beliefs. Rebel. Burn the impossible. Impossible. Burn. Destroy all limits. Weak beliefs. Rebel. Burn the impossible. Burn the impossible. Burn the impossible. Burn the impossible. Destroy all limits and weak beliefs. It's true. I live weak beliefs, breaking through. Burn the impossible. Old limits and break. Burn the impossible. Burn and bright. Burn the impossible. Destroy all limits and weak beliefs. It's set. I live weak beliefs. Burn the impossible. No regret. Burn the impossible. Old limits rise, go. Burn the impossible, being bold. Burn the impossible. Destroy old limits and weak beliefs. It's deep. I live destroy old limits. Weak beliefs. Promises I keep. Burn the impossible. Weak beliefs fly. Burn the impossible. Reaching high. Burn the impossible. Destroy old limits and weak beliefs. It's fire. I live weak beliefs. Burn the impossible. Reaching higher. Burn the impossible. Old limit free. Burn the impossible. Setting me free. Burn the impossible. Destroy old limits and weak beliefs. I'm locked. I live destroy old limits. Weak beliefs never block. Burn the impossible. Weak beliefs complete way. Burn the impossible every day. Burn. Impossible fly. Limits reaching high. Destroy. Free. Burn. Setting me free. Burn the impossible. Burn the impossible. Burn the impossible. Burn the impossible. Limitless strength. Overcome any physical or mental barrier. Limitless strength. Let's go. Limitless strength. Overcome any physical or mental barrier. It's strong. I live overcome any barrier all along. Limitless strength. Physical, mental barrier here. Limitless strength. Crystal clear. Limitless strength. Overcome any physical or mental barrier. It's now. I live physical, mental barrier. Limitless strength. I take a vow. Limitless strength. Overcome any barrier. Rise. Limitless strength. Claiming the prize. Limitless strength. Overcome any physical or mental barrier. It's real. I live overcome physical, mental barriers. That's the deal. Limitless strength. Physical, mental barrier shine. Limitless strength. limitless strength. Overcome physical, mental barrier, any barrier. Physical, mental. Limitless strength. Barrier overcome. No barriers. No barriers. Limitless strength. Overcome barrier, physical, mental, dominant. Limitless strength. Strength, no limits. Overcome physical, mental, dominant. Limitless strength. Overcome any physical or mental barrier. It's true. I live physical, mental barrier, breaking through. Limitless strength. Overcome any barrier. Hit bright. Limitless strength. Burning bright. Limitless strength. Overcome any physical or mental barrier. Exact. I live physical, mental barrier. Limitless strength. No get cracked. Limitless strength. Overcome any barrier. Rise go. Limitless strength. Being bold. Limitless strength. Overcome any physical or mental barrier. It's deep. I live overcome physical, mental barriers. Promises I keep. Limitless strength. Physical, mental barrier. Fly. Limitless strength. Reaching high. Limitless strength. Overcome any physical or mental barrier. Fire. I live physical, mental barrier. Limitless strength. Reaching higher. Limitless strength. Overcome any barrier. Free. Limitless strength. Setting me free. Limitless strength. Overcome any physical or mental barrier. I'm locked. I leave over physical, mental barrier. Never blocked. Limitless strength. Physical, mental barrier. Complete way. Limitless strength. Every day. Go, go, go. Limitless strength. Every day. Yeah. Maximum power. Maximum power. Enter the absolute limit of your own capacity. Maximum power. Let's go. Maximum power. Into the absolute limit of your own capacity. Strong. I lived absolute limit all along. Maximum power. Own capacity here. Maximum power. Crystal clear. Maximum power. Into the absolute limit of your own capacity. Now I live on capacity. Maximum power. I take a vow. Maximum power. Absolute limit rise. Maximum power. Claiming the prize. Maximum power. Into the absolute limit of your own capacity. Real. I live absolute limit of capacity. That's the deal. Maximum power. Own capacity shine. Maximum power. By design. Maximum power. Into the absolute limit of your own capacity. Pure. I live on capacity. Maximum power. I'm sure. Maximum power. Absolute limit here. Maximum power. Crystal clear. Maximum power. Into the absolute limit of your own capacity. Blessed. I live absolute limit of capacity. I'm blessed. Maximum power. Own capacity complete. Maximum power. Can't be beat. Power. Maximum rise. Limit. Claiming the prize. Capacity. Strong. Power. Where I belong. Maximum power. Absolute limit capacity. Limit. Absolute limit. Oh. Maximum power. Limit capacity. Power unleashed. Oh. Maximum power. Absolute limit capacity. Limit. Absolute limit. Oh. Maximum power. Absolute limit. Dominate. Maximum power. Absolute capacity. Maximum power. Absolute capacity. Maximum power. Absolute capacity. Maximum power. Maximum power. Absolute limit capacity. Dominant. Maximum power capacity. Limit of capacity. Maximum power. Absolute limit of capacity. Maximum power into the absolute limit of your own capacity. True. I live on capacity. Breaking through. Maximum power. Absolute limit here bright. Maximum power. Burning bright. Maximum power into the absolute limit of your own capacity set. I live on capacity. Maximum power. No regret. Maximum power. Absolute limit. Rise go. Maximum power. Being bold. Maximum power into the absolute limit of your own capacity. Deep. I live absolute limit of capacity. Promises I keep. Maximum power. Own capacity fly. Maximum power. Reaching high. Maximum power into the absolute limit of your own capacity. Fire. I live on capacity. Maximum power. Reaching higher. Maximum power. Absolute limit free. Maximum power. Setting me free. Maximum power into the absolute limit of your own capacity. Locked. I live absolute limit of capacity. Never blocked. Maximum power. Own capacity. Complete way. Maximum power. Every day. Power. Maximum fly. Limit. Reaching high. Capacity. Free. Power. Setting me free.
everything.
Burning bright.
Storm of evolution, chain so strong that transforms everything around it.
I live everything around evolution. Storm.
No regrets.
Storm of evolution.
Change transforms, rise go.
Storm of evolution.
Being bound. Storm of evolution, chain so strong that transforms everything around its deep. I live, chain so strong, transforms everything. Promises I keep.
Storm of evolution.
Transforms everything around fly.
Storm of evolution. Reaching high. Transforms.
Around is fire. I lead
Everything around evolution. Evolution. Speed of ambition. Speed of ambition. Speed of ambition. The hunger for success, driving every movement. Speed of ambition. Go, 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 go. Speed of ambition, hunger for success, driving every movement is strong. I live hunger, driving every movement all along. Speed of ambition, driving every movement here. Speed of ambition, crystal clear. Speed of ambition, hunger for success, driving every movement. It's now. I live every movement, ambitious speed. I take a vow. Speed of ambition, hunger, driving rise. Speed of ambition, claiming the prize. Speed of ambition, hunger for success, driving every movement. It's real. I live hunger for success, driving movement. That's the deal. Speed of ambition, driving every movement. Shine. Speed of ambition, by design. Speed of ambition, hunger for success, driving every movement. It's pure. I live every movement. Ambition, speed. I'm sure. Speed of ambition, hunger driving here. Speed of ambition, crystal clear. Speed of ambition, hunger for success, driving every movement. I'm blessed. I live hunger for success, driving every movement. I'm blessed. Speed of ambition, driving every movement complete. Speed of ambition can't be beat. Speed, 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 ambition rise. Hunger, hunger, claiming the prize. Driving, driving strong. Speed, speed, where I belong. Speed of ambition. Hunger for success, driving movement. Every movement. Hunger driving. Speed of ambition. Driving movement. The speed of ambition. Hunger driving every movement. Dominant. The speed of ambition. Speed, velocity. Hunger for success. Hunger for success. Driving movement. Dominant. Speed of ambition. Speed of velocity. Speed of ambition. Speed of ambition. Hunger for success. Driving every movement. It's true. I live driving every movement. Breaking through. Speed of ambition. Hunger driving here bright. Speed of ambition. But burning bright. Speed of ambition. Hunger for success. Driving every movement. It's set. I live every movement. Ambition. Speed. No regrets. Speed of ambition. Hunger driving rise. Go. Speed of ambition. Being bold. Speed of ambition. Hunger for success. Driving every movement. It's deep. I live hunger for success. Driving movement. Promises I keep. Speed of ambition. Driving every movement. Speed of ambition. Reaching high. Speed of ambition. Hunger for success. Driving every movement. It's fire. Live every movement. Ambition. Speed. Reaching high. Speed of ambition. Hunger driving free. Speed of ambition. Setting me free. Speed of ambition, hunger for success, driving every movement on light. I live hunger for success, driving every movement, never black. Speed of ambition, driving every movement, complete way. Speed of ambition every day, 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 day.